All right, we're joined now by a rising sensation in the UFC middleweight division. He allegedly will be taking on Anderson Silva at UFC 234, so we want to get him on the show today to talk about it. The one and only Israel Adesanya. Israel, how has your life been since we last spoke?
It's been crazy, man. Like I said, we expected all this. So, yes, just been turning up with everything around me. All the snakes are around, everyone wants to talk to you. But yeah, I'm just doing me. I'm keeping that same energy as always.
Have you noticed an uptick in your native New Zealand in terms of your recognizability?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I don't even like it's not, and it's not too bad in the way where it's not like Hollywood that I have to walk around with bodyguards and shit. But, I've definitely noticed I can't go out without really being recognized a lot of the time. So I'm getting used to it, though. I mean, it's part of the gig. So I just, smile away.
All right, look, let's get into it. News broke over the weekend that you are supposed to be taking on Anderson Silva at UFC 234. First of all, let's just sort of start with the basics here. Is the report true? Are you fighting Anderson Silva?
Allegedly. Nah, yeah, definitely. Nothing is signed yet. Nothing is put like pen to paper, but it's funny, man. Honestly, like I keep saying I'm in the fucking Matrix because initially when I went to Sydney to meet Dana, this was the exact plan I gave to him. I told him, let's get this done in Melbourne as a co-main event, blah, 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 blah. And he had other ideas. He had an idea to get me versus Anderson as the first card on the ESPN show. So that, he said he's going to go talk to Anderson. He liked my idea as well. So he's going to go talk to Anderson and see if he can get him to do it. And then initially Anderson said no. And I was kind of like, fuck. Oh, well, I mean, it's kind of good that I don't have to, like, kill my hero. And then we got a new opponent. It was Jacare. And Jacare for the January ESPN show, I think it's January 19th. So, yeah, I was like, all right, cool. I'm going to skip my Europe trip, just go to the wedding, come back. I'll probably skip Christmas and just get everything done so I can smash this guy. And, yeah, that was set. I thought it was ready, And then yesterday I get the call from my trainer saying, Jacare needs more time to prepare, and I can understand because he just fought like a hard battle. Mine was easy, I cleaned Bronson easily, but his battle was back and forth. So he would have taken some knocks, some injuries. So he said he has to recover first and, get better. But, yeah. And Eugene just said, Anderson came back and said yes. So in my head, I was like, I wonder why. I wonder what changed his mind, who got in his ear. Because I was initially disappointed because there was a time when he was at the height of his career and Joe Rogan was interviewing him after he smashed someone and he's like, who do you want to fight next? Who could you possibly face next? And Anderson goes, my clone, And I'm a guy that started off modeling my style after his because he's a skinny black guy like me, and I looked up to him, So I was like, if you want to fight your clone, you can fight me, but I'm better than your clone because I've studied every single thing you've done, every fucking move you make. I know when he's gonna chill. I know when he's gonna attack. I know when he's defensive. I know when he wants to blitz. I feel it. I know this man better than he knows himself in a way. So yeah, and I know some things about him that he doesn't even know about himself because I'm on the outside looking in. But I'm glad he took the fight now. I'm glad it's on. And was it 234? Man, perfect synchronicity. 234. Melbourne, my favorite city in Australia. So, man, I'm ready. This is all mine for the taking.
All right, so there's a bunch of questions about this. That's really kind of interesting. Now, I'm not sure how to ask this, so I'll just ask it in a very broad way, and you take it whichever way you think it means. Would you rather have faced Jacare, or are you glad you're fighting Anderson instead, in a perfect world?
Initially, I didn't want to fight Anderson. I've been on record saying that, like, there's no need because he's a legend, he's done what he's done. Like, why would you want to put him up against a guy like me? But then I had a dream on a Sunday night about 2 weeks ago. And then on Monday, I got to the gym, I trained. And after training, Eugene pulled me aside. My coach pulled me aside and said, look, I know you've been on record saying you don't want this fight, blah, 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 and I don't believe in all this fucking destiny, like whatever matrix shit you keep talking about, but I feel like this is how it's supposed to happen. Like, you have to fight this guy. And I was just like, yeah, I agree. And he's like, what? And I was like, yeah, I had a dream last night that kind of, it was between me and him, between me and Eugene, that dream. and Anderson was in the mix as well. But it kind of made sense to me that I have to fight him. Like when my movie comes out, when my movie of my life comes out, this is gonna be a fucking pivotal moment. This is gonna be that moment in that it's like you can't. Who writes this shit? I mean, seriously, who writes this shit? I get to fucking beat the guy that actually put me on in the game unknowingly. So yeah, it's just like it's the perfect story. It's a perfect storybook ending for him as well. Because after this fight, I mean, he's done what he's done, so he can let me handle it. He's been the greatest middleweight champion of all time. I'll take it from here. I'll take the torch by force if I have to.
Where do you think he is as a competitor at this point? Because I'll be honest, I've said this on my last show. I get the matchup. I get the history of it. I get how this will launch you into a different space. I mean, when this fight got reported, Sports Center here in the United States put it up. Like, it's a big deal. But competitively, I'll be candid. I think you're miles ahead at this point. So, like, what is, in your mind, what's the benefit of this fight?
The benefit for me, like, even he's not ranked. That's the thing. So I'm taking on a guy that's not ranked in the middleweight division. So I could potentially lose, I fucking hate rankings at the end of the day. Because, look, he's still Anderson Silva, whether you like it or not. He just smashed, Bisping won that fight on paper, but I had Anderson edging it out. I mean, you could have stopped that fight in the third round after that flying knee. He dropped him, So he's still a guy that's dangerous. He's still a guy he's the fucking guy that front kicked Vitor Belfort in his face. He's still crafty. And he's a guy that, amongst everyone else, he can probably, what's the word? He can probably play with me better than most people because we're cut from the same cloth of greatness. Like, the way we move is different from the rest. So, yeah, he'll be a guy that understands how we move differently. So don't ever sleep on him. He's a spider, He's the guy that's done what he's done. So I'm a guy, I know I know I'm going to beat him. I know I have to beat him. I know how I'm going to beat him, but I'm not overestimating him and I'm not underestimating him. I just have to go in there and do my job. And I said it, just because I'm a fan doesn't mean you can't catch his hands. Like, just because I'm a fan doesn't mean I won't, put it on him. I'm not going to be like GSP when he first faced Matt Hughes. GSP was looking down. Even he admitted he was scared. He wasn't worthy of being in there. That's how he felt. This is not that. This is not that story. I'm coming in there to kill him. Like, I'm coming in there to destroy him. And I know how it's going to be afterwards. I feel it already. I've kind of seen how it ends, and I've kind of felt the emotions. Like, when I think about the fight and how I finish it, I can feel it. It's so real. It's so real. So I know how I'm going to be afterwards. I'm going to be hurt, distraught, but I have to do what I have to do. This is the story. This is history. This is the Matrix. Let's go.
So let's say you get everything that you are describing here. It would just seem to be natural that you get the winner of that main event, right? I mean, obviously not that night, of course, but at a future date, you got to be on a collision course with that guy.
I'll campaign for it because, Anderson's still up there. He's the GOAT, He's a GOAT for a reason. And I'll campaign for it. I'll talk to Dana. I'll talk to Mick. And we'll see. I don't know what other middleweight matchups are being made around that time or who's going to be healthy around that time, but we'll see what's up. I'll make sure I put my foot down. I'm very persuasive in my ways. When someone's in front of me and I can talk to them and they can see my passion and feel me, it's better than texting or calling on screen. They can feel what I'm about, and I can really get them on my level.
Is there through all of your time, because you got obviously a very different background than most MMA or even UFC middleweights, right? With your kickboxing background. Anderson's very much his own guy. But to the extent you have the relevant experience that you do, can you draw upon any of that specifically? Is there one person you may have faced that really provides a good anybody who you can look back on and say, you know what, that guy's not Anderson Silva, but there are a lot of parts to it that match up?
We've already started planning. We've already got 2 killers in the gym that are going to be good for me for sparring with him. And I'm going to bring one other guy, a boxer that I know of, that he knows how to switch well. I can't kick him, but, he can give me them hands and I can give it back. So, yeah, I've already overseas, anyone that I fought or anything like that, I can't think of anyone that is close in the way he moves, the way he thinks. Because, yeah, everyone else is just basic. Anderson is different. He's different. There's a reason why I looked at him and I was like, fuck, I could really be the greatest at this. And look at me now. Holy shit. I have to kind of pinch myself sometimes, but it is what it is, you know?
By the way, last time we spoke, I told you this is the only thing I think I was right about, which was you were like, "Oh, I'm going to have this big long vacation, and I'm going to go tour Europe." And obviously, some of that is still in play. But you can see, man,
Yeah.
after that win over Brunson, your services are in not only high but pretty frequent demand.
Yeah, I told you, I mean, as well, I felt like I'm like that after the fight. I'm like, fuck this. I'm just going to chill. I just spent fucking 8, 10 weeks in the gym, putting the foot on the pedal, blah, 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 blah. And then like 2 weeks out of that, I'm just like, I want to punch someone. I want to kick someone in the face. Yeah, I get itchy pretty quickly. So after this one, we'll see.
Hey, what does this fight mean for the Australia and New Zealand MMA community? Right, it's sort of it's and not just this fight, but that card generally. Given that Robert Whittaker's at the top of it, he's a champion. You're knocking on the door. Is there any way for those of us on the other side of the world to understand the significance of this?
No, I mean, look, Anderson Silva is the GOAT, the best of all time. He has never, I don't think, apart from Brazil and America, North America, I don't think he's ever ventured out of those areas, if you will. Like, he normally likes to stay close to home. And yeah, to bring him all the way out to Australia, that would have, I know that UFC would have offered him everything. They would have offered him everything to get out here. So, like he said, no at first, but whatever happened changed. And I don't know, maybe I want to believe he went and thought about it and thought about who he was and what his legacy is, because he's the guy that he always wanted to face the best. He's in the twilight of his career now, so and he gets paid a lot of money, so he might not want to face guys like me. People who can kill him, people who can make him look bad. So he might want to just have like an easy ride out. But I know he's still the guy that wanted to always challenge himself. And look, I could fuck around and lose this fight. I could make a dumb mistake and lose this fight. This is my fight at the end of the day. I'm gonna come in there and do what I do. But to have Robert Whittaker as the champion doing what he's doing, and then to have me, the new dog in the yard, pissing everywhere in Melbourne, it's gonna be fucking big. I'm sure this is gonna sell out like that. I already got people hitting me up for tickets. I'm like, look, I know nothing. I don't know nothing. See that it's not even on sale yet. So I'm just doing me. Look at this. I'm chilling. I was just at the creek before, enjoying myself with my dog. Little sexy beast as he is. And I'm just kind of like, all right, this is my time to myself, my time to think, my time to plot. So I've kind of seen how everything's going to play out. And there's going to be some variables along the way, but I'll handle those very well like I always do. And yeah, I'm ready, man. This is fucking crazy. I'm ready.
What kind of attention or interest level do you put in Anderson's various run-ins with anti-doping authorities?
See, with that, I didn't really like, the whole thing came out with dick pills, right? Like, I was just like, what else? But then I forgot about this, but my coach told me he had a masking agent. And I was like, oh, yeah. So my coach has his own ideas of what happens. And me, I'm kind of like, the whole time, I've kind of been like, la, 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 la. I don't care. I don't want to know. He's still Anderson Silva. I don't want his legacy to be tarnished because of something like that. But my coach had a big discussion with me and said, look, if it was up to me, beggars can't be choosers. You can't say no to a fight like this because you fucking got popped, you've been suspended, and now you're back in the game. And you're getting gifted, a chance to still kind of, make history by beating me. So you can't fucking be a chooser and say no to fighting me. But I'm glad he turned around and said yes. But I don't know, man. I don't really care, to be honest. I mean, fuck, let him go juice up. I still fuck him up.
As for that main event, let's say you do get the title shot off of a performance at UFC 234. Who is it you end up thinking that you're facing?
I feel like Robert's going to win. I feel like Robert's going to win that fight. Kelvin's no joke. He's a Mexicano. The way they fight, a lot of heart, a lot of skill. And I just feel like it's going to be a back and forth fight, but Robert's going to come out on top. I've got plans. I'll make some shit happen. It's normal.
And I guess before we let you go, as we consider this fight, everyone says this, and then everyone kind of just sort of repeats the boilerplate language. But in your mind, how, of all your combat sports experience, is this the most important one? Is this the one where everything changes in an instant?
Lukey, I'll tell you this right now. This means more to me than the fucking world title. I'm getting choked up even right now thinking about it. Like, honestly, this fucking means the world to me. UFC 90 was the first time I watched this guy fight live. Before that, I was watching them on DVDs, fucking murking dudes. And now I get to, like, the guy I watched, I emulated for so long. This is like LeBron James getting to face Michael Jordan. Like, the fuck, you know? So this means more to me than any fucking shiny belt. Like, I can kill this guy, and then I'd be like, "Yo, I've done what I came here to do. I'm done, but I'm not done. After this, I'm gonna do other things. Bill comes along with it, but then I'll carry on the legacy of the avatars in this game.
All right, before I let you go, your dog. What's the dog's name?
His name's Millionaire, but we call him Millie for short.
What kind of, is it a pit bull?
He's just chilling, living. Yeah, he's a pity. And I've kind of been clucky recently, so I've already made my next purchase, if you will. So I'll get her when I get back from Ireland, when I get back from the wedding. So yeah, I can't wait to build a pack. And I'm looking for a ragdoll cat as well. I've always wanted this for years, man. Like, they just like the less cuntiest cat.
There he is. There he is.
My coach is just calling me. I think he's calling me now. Are you on the call? But yeah, so I just want to have my people with me. Dogs, I love dogs. I love animals, you know. So I'm not really a cat person, but I kind of want to try.
They're great. I got 2 dogs and a cat. They're awesome. But you know what? Look like you're enjoying a wonderful day there. I don't want to spoil it anymore. Congrats to you on this opportunity. I can't wait to see the fight and enjoy your overseas travel.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. I'm gonna be working, by the way. It's a working holiday, so I'm not gonna be over there just fucking around. This is the greatest fight I'm ever gonna have yet. So I gotta be ready. Dot my I's, cross my T's.
All right, you go do that. Thank you, Israel. Appreciate it.
Peace.